coming along. I thought I'd run a seminar that was purely on sword and dagger kind of element. Because I think it's a range that not many people get into, really, even within the Filipino martial art concept. It's a really useful range because it teaches you the transition between long and close and that interrelationship, moving in and out, which is quite a neglected area, I think. So, obviously the sword and dagger, Spada Y Daga, these are live blade and made of steel, quite heavy, which you can't really replicate with aluminium or wood, so it is used, if you can get steel, it's good because you get used to the weight of the weapons. Okay, so this is, it's not exactly the same, it's very similar to the Panuti from Cebu. Closest I've found is a live blade outside of the Philippines. So this is a Panuti, which is what the family girl stick is kind of based on, that length, and then you have the dagger that partners it. So it's a dual-use weapon. Obviously, for training purposes, that becomes a problem. And legally now, it's a problem. So aluminium is a good substitute. And there's some good sets you can get. I think I posted up the other day, Parrot Blades, a really good set for €100. Nice. So aluminium is really good for training with. Obviously, the next best thing is wood training weapon. You can tell, you can feel this and feel this, the weight difference is huge, but it still gives you the base movements. And then obviously stick and dagger, where the stick is used as a substitute for the sword, but also as a weapon in its own right, partnered with the dagger. What you have to bear in mind is that some things we will do later are more stick and dagger related rather than sword and dagger related. Because some of the tie-ups like this, you wouldn't do this with a sword. So you have to understand what it is you're working at that particular phase of training. Is it a stick that's being used as a long weapon, or is it a sword that's being used as a long weapon? And adjusting what you do accordingly. But I've seen some people do some weird stuff with a stick, saying it kind of a sword. And you're like, well, you lose your arm if you do that. So you have to recognise where the difference is. So we're going to get straight into it. I've got the lesson plan thing, I posted the lesson plan up. If you've had a look at that, so those are the things we're going to cover. I'm going to throw one more thing in that I didn't put on there because it relates to a lot of the JKD and Filipino stuff that most people do, which is Sombrada. I'm going to cover a little bit of this Sombrada 3, maybe 5 count, but how you start really incorporating the dagger into the flow of that. So we'll be looking at that. Plus 2 drills that have not been, well, 2 drills haven't taught in the UK now because I taught them. But outside of the UK, and most of Europe, they haven't been taught purely from the Philippines. So we'll be teaching those 2-man exercises as well. So there'll be some solo stuff, there'll be some partner work, and we'll move through the lesson plan as best we can. About halfway through, we'll have a lunch break, so hopefully you'll want something to eat. If not, Aldi's just over the road, we can go and get something from over there. There's a nice kebab place over here that do really nice wraps, chicken wraps. Everybody knows what the bathroom is, toilets, yeah, just along the door. I've locked the doors downstairs, but they are fire compliant, so they can just be pushed if we need to get out. Fire exit is over here, at the back and at the front. And if we do have to evacuate, our meeting places at the end of the street on the left-hand side with a big car park that's there. Don't take anything with you except your sword and dagger. You never leave those behind. Everything has to come with you. Always keep your weapon. Okay, so we're going to get straight into the training. Okay, so grab your weapon. All I want you to do to start with is just going to do a simple X strike with the sword. Okay. And again, try and use your body mechanics on this, not just your arm swinging it. Turn into the cut, turn into the cut. And then you want to cut through something. You're not hitting it with a blade, you're cutting through it. So you need to have good body mechanics behind it. Excellent. And let the X flow all the way through the cycle. Remember, with a light weapon, retracting is quite easy. With a heavier weapon, the retracting is not so easy. So you have to let it flow through its cut. Also, if you're putting power behind the strike, you need to flow through that cut. I see a lot of people kind of do this with it, and this isn't correct. Because this is part of the defence mechanism here, you see, as you're coming up. This is part of the defence mechanism here. You come up with the second strike. Forehand and backhand X. And again, you want to project the tip forwards. Don't leave your knuckles and your fist. That pulls the tip back. Push the tip forwards, a bit like fishing. You cast it out. Cast it out. Cast it out. It's the tip of the blade that really does the damage. Good, so we're going to do this on my count. Ready? Sweeps up, or weapons up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, next, the dagger. We have two hand positions with the dagger. The palm down position on the forehand, and a palm up position on the backhand. The dagger's not used like this. Okay, you've got to remember it's being inserted into the body and usually between the ribs. So you need it level of the floor so it can go in and get the angulation into the body. You see? So what I want you to do on the high line, you're going to thrust this forwards, bring it back to your shoulder on the backhand side, turn the palm up, and then thrust on the backhand. Pull it through, thrust on the forehand, thrust on the backhand, thrust on the forehand, thrust on the backhand, thrust on the forehand, thrust on the backhand, thrust on the forehand, and the backhand. Just kind of making a U shape around your body. 1, 2, 1. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. See, look on my count, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So now we're going to incorporate that with the X. So we're going to go X, and then we're going to do the 2 thrusts with the dagger. Okay? This is an open 4 count skill over. Ready? 1, 2, X, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now I'm going to add the dagger in between the sword strikes. So when you go through on the first strike, you're then going to feed that dagger. Then the second sword strike is going to come back, the dagger retracts, and then you feed the backhand dagger portion. Okay, so now it's called quattro rapido, or 4 count rapid. Okay, so sword, dagger, 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 sword, dagger. On my count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, so now we're going to put a little bit of footwork in that. Right forwards. So we're going to slash the sword. We're going to step through with dagger cross. Then we come with backhand sword, and then the dagger cross again. Okay, if you do the same thing stepping backwards, so you step back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And keep going in your own time. Here, but this is no good. Unless he was coming in on me. Maybe this is then he comes in on me, then I'm going to run through this. So I can be static. If he doesn't, I'm slashing, and then I'm coming through with the dagger for that second strike, making that range, that distance, and then you're through it here. Okay, so this is where you get the interrelationship between the range of the sword and the range of the dagger, and you have to understand how you make that viable coming towards me, depending on what he is doing in terms of movement. Okay. So we're going to do a little two-man exercise. Dan's going to step forward and I'm going to step. So you're going to start with that leg forward basically. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Ben's going to step forward and I'm going to step back with the popular rapido. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we go backhand to backhand. Okay. Then I'm going forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ben's forward. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay, so grab your behind and there we go, transfer space. Okay. So we're now going to work, start with left leg forwards, so we start with movement. We're going to do an X strike on the high line first, so we're going to go X, and then we're going to go 1 up and 2. Okay, then it's X, 1, 2, 3, 4. X, 1, 2, 3, 4. X, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it, we can move. 1, 2, X, bring back. X, 1, 2, 3, 4. X, 1, 2, 3, 4. X, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we've got 2 steps, you see. With the X. Then we step into the popular rapido. Step, X, step, popular rapido. X, step, popular rapido. X, step, popular rapido. Okay? There we go. So the first step is to do the X strike on that high line and then enter with your popular rapido. The next is to go on the low line. Start that way forward. So I'll step again. So 1, 2, and then I've got popular rapido. So it's on the low line now. High, yeah, just a freeze. High, popular rapido. Okay, so it's a low entry, a high popular rapido. The low entry, a high popular rapido. The low entry, high popular rapido. The low entry, a high popular rapido. Okay, so nothing changes except the elevation of those first 2 strikes. This will do 2 steps. Okay. Drill number 2. Off you go. Okay. This is really base level of it. That's the first step. Okay. Drill number 3. So this time our first 2 strike entries are going to be a high to low strike this time. So if we step, we go high, low, and then we go in. Okay, so it's high, low, in, high, low, in, high, low, in, high to low. Then we put the clock in the feeder. High to low, and then we go to the feeder. Okay? Drill 3. Drill number 4. Drill number 4 to go low to high, and then through on the top. Okay, low to high, and then through on the high. Low to high, through. Low to high, through. Low to high. So nothing changes except your sword entry. Everything else remains the same. Okay? Drill number 4. Okay? That's good. With the sword entry. Okay? High. So high, high, and then your forehand. Low, 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 and then your forehand. High, low, working high to low, and then your forehand. And then low, high, and then your forehand. So those are your 4 base entries. Okay, so what we're going to do now is stack those. Okay, so you're going to go high, high, forehand. And we're going to go high, high back the other way. High, high, forehand. Then number 2, low, low, forehand. Low, low, forehand. Number 3, high, low, forehand. High, low, forehand. And 4, low, high, forehand. Low, high, forehand. Now you're back to high, high, forehand. Low. Oh, sorry, that's even high back. Okay, but you get the idea, okay? Back into stacking all those steps. Okay? Yeah. Okay. And fourth, I'm only going to do one of these drills on this because again there's a whole matrix of it. But we've spent a lot of time just on the entries, so I want to move on from that. But here we go. I'm just going to do the high entry on the sword, the highlight entry, and then we come to now go high, backhand, low backhand, and then high backhand again. And then we go high entry. Enter on the high line, high, low, high. High, low, high. High, low, high. High, low, high. And you can see you're going backhand to backhand through here. Getting on the backhand portion. Okay, give that a go. And then we're going to move on. I'll give you an example. Obviously with the 3 counts with the knife, you can do the high line entry, you can do the low line entry, the high to low, the low to high, with 3 counts at the end as well. Okay, it's part of the training format. But we're just going to work on the high, and then there's 3, 1, 2, now here you see 3, this is my bridging point, and then I can be working them through. So I'm going to bend, 1, 2, 3, high, low, high, and here that's the bridging point, you see? And it moves off angle, and then you can again use the upper rapido, okay, through. Again, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I move off my line, swing, I want that line, and then I've got my finishing forehand entry again. Okay, just reset. I'm going to bend. F, move in, 1, 2, 3, bridging entry. That's where he moves, uses the end of the sword, and then he's got this forehand rapido again. Reset. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, I move, take the arm, and then move in quattro rapido. One more to bend, 2, enter, 1, 2, 3, he steps off with that rear leg, swings, takes the arm, and then he continues with the quattro rapido. Okay? You get it?
So when you're doing that, you're going straight from there into that, or you just follow it as well?
Straight into
follow
it.
well.
So the concept is, and on this side, one, two, three. As I move, I take the arm.
Yeah.
That's gone. Now is my finisher. You see? So you're using that bridging point. Then this is your moment to move. You see? Angle off, take the arm, and then continue with the quattro. So a good idea after 3 dagger thrusts, when they move off to take your arm, just get your arm out of the way. Yeah, as if it's fallen off. Yeah. And when you go through, you go there. 1, 2, 3 here. Make sure make sure you're offline because you're going to get loads of splatter that way.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be on the line.
Don't get dirty.
And so you've taken that. So that is your first cut of the quattro rapido. So then you've got the other 3 moves to follow. See, I'm too far away to get the dagger in. So I've got to step to get that dagger through. This was through again. This part of the movement could be, he's a warrior by reality, and he steps back to strike me again. Maybe good. So, strike. I've got this still to cover, you see. So I might take one arm, but some people don't just come at you with the other one. Yeah, but you know, war, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I take the arm, he comes in. I've got to have this to work when I need to work.
Divorcing predator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just blind you with that, and then swing at you with that.
Made the best of a bad situation.
Yeah.
Just a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Yeah. What device?
Yeah.
Okay, give it a try, guys. 1, 2, 3. So when this is my angulation step, and this is where I get my power from, by pulling that leg behind me for the fight, the last cut through. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. See, so as soon as I make that bridge, I'm moving off the line to take here. Now we have 3 ranges here. If I'm at this range where I can cut there, but I can't feed my dagger, that's when I would move in. That's why we have that step. Quickly, when I move off, I'm a bit shallow with it. Here, I don't need to move. I can still get the dagger because of the range. Another is when I'm really close, here, and I get this position, and he advances on me, I can move away and still get my fork in. You see? So this is why everything is dependent on how you interact on range, and then how you apply the forehand rapido, the quattro rapido. When we're here, I swing off, we just go from here. This backhand cut doesn't have to be high. He hasn't got an arm because I've taken that. So it might be the leg I then take on that, you see. So you take the target you get. You take the target that you get given. Although the standard quattro rapido is for this backhand to usually be high, it can also be delivered low. Okay, when you're using it with a partner. So like anything else, you've got a matrix of training possibilities within the framework. Okay? It's important not to neglect those possibilities because you'll be surprised how much, when you train all those possibilities, how much it elevates your understanding of what it is you're doing. So who's on the JKD 6 count, double stick pattern standard, isn't it? Heaven, earth, and so on. If you know anything about the JKD, there's 64 possible combinations of that. Train all 64 possible combinations. Yeah, you think, that's just a lot. What you'll discover, some of them work better than others. So then what you do is you discard the ones that don't really work very well. Now maybe you've got 34 possibilities. Train 34 possibilities. Because they're going to elevate your understanding of what it is you do. Okay? Otherwise it's like learning an alphabet, starting to write and missing out half the letters of the alphabet. You don't understand it, they don't understand it. Okay, that's why you use all 26 letters of the alphabet. Okay? Some letters are going to be smaller than other letters. It doesn't stop you using them all. Okay? So I'm going to give you a quick water break, and when we come back, we're going to look at the 3 methods of doing the quattro rapido. Okay? Good. Have a water break, got 3, 4. This is the quattro rapido. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to do a strange thing that you may some of you won't have done. Okay? First I'll come back with this position here. This is the Sangale system. So now you're on the back hand. And then you're going to do 2 steps. So now, that first stride is going to come off the back hand. Which will go under your arm, and then you do the second step through. And then we're going to do stand again. And then the third method is to untwist yourself into it. Those are your 3 methods. So the first method is a single step. And then out. The second method is a double step. 1, 2, and through, and out, double step out. And the third method is just to unwind yourself into position. So we get single step, out, double step, out, unwind. Those are your 3 methods for quattro rapido. Okay? So we're going to go through them slowly and then practice in million times. Okay? So, step legs forwards. And just relax your weapons, okay? Just relax. Don't overlap. So, we're going to do quattro rapido with a single step. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here, you're going to do a double loop around your head as you step back to your right foot. So now, you see the weapon, both weapons on the backhand side. Now you're going to step forward with your right leg and do the first stride of the quattro rapido, so it goes under your arm. Then you step again, keep the dagger, and then you've got the sword and the dagger again. Okay? And then we're going to come back. And then from here, you feed the first strike. As you unwind yourself with the dagger, and then finish off the sequence. Now you're back where you started from. So again, we do 1 step, open, quattro rapido. We move back. We're going to do 2 steps, quattro rapido. And out. And do cross stance. I'm not going to get too technical on this because this is stylistic. If you do that, that's fine for today. Okay. And then from here, you do cut and sword, unwind yourself, and deliver the quattro rapido. So, single step, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. Double step, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. Unwind. One more time, single step, out, double step, out, unwind. Single step, then unwind, untwist yourself. So just go with the flow of the sword. Still do the 4 counts.
Yeah.
Okay, you still do those 4 counts when you untwist. So when you're here, I'll do it facing. When you untwist, you still do the 4 counts. Okay? If I face you doing it, this is a single step, 4 counts and out. Double step is longer out, then unwind. Okay? Again, single step, 4 counts on the high line, out. And 2 steps, 1, 2, and through, out. And somebody advances on you, so you unwind it. So this one is used if you're close range. The double step is used if they're further away, you need to get in with that dagger. And the fourth one, the third one, is they're advancing on you. You need to make the space. Okay? Try again. Ready? Let's go forward. So single step, 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. So we're going to do 4 strikes on the with the stick and sword and dagger. Unwind your position. So single step. 1, 2, yeah, 3, 4. Was it Nick? 3, 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. And out. Double step, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And out. And now unwind it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Under your arm, under your arm still. Yeah, 3, 4. Okay. So this stays. The first one is the open 4 count. From the open position into it. The next 2 are closed 4 count.
Yeah.
So the closed 4 count starts on the closed side, but it still goes under the arm. Just like this one goes under the arm. So there's no difference in terms of that. First one's an open forehand strike, so you hear it's a backhand strike. Okay? It's still taking the same pattern. Find yourself a little bit of space. See if you can practice through them. We'll walk around, see how you get on up there. Okay?
Be a lot back in.
So San Miguel, what you have to understand, the San Miguel system, the Spanish invasion of the Philippines, what have you, they kind of control Cebu a lot. So there's a lot of Spanish influence in the San Miguel system. There has to be, mixed with other traditional Filipinos. But the San Miguel stylization of the stance comes from a Catholic ideograph, is it? They call them ideographs? Iconographs, whatever, of St. Michael slaying the dragon. And I've only ever seen the photo of it once, and I tried to research to find it again, I can't find it. But there is a specific Catholic imagery of Michael with his heel down, is in this position with the dragon that he's stepping on to slay, which is the devil, and is in this position ready to deliver the killing shot, if you like, to slay the devil. But the heel is down on that image, it's not up. Okay, now Momoy said, people who put this position are being lazy. Because you're not putting the tension in the leg, and you're not building the attitude. You've got to have the attitude of, I am St. Michael, I am San Miguel, and I'm slaying the devil. And the attitude is forward and postured to take. It's not a relaxed thing, it's an attitude. It's an attitude of position, not just a position in itself. Okay, but that's the San Miguel system. Other systems do it differently, they get lazy and they just don't do that. Okay, but he was very, very specific. And I've put it up a few times. There's a picture of Momoy doing this position. You can clearly see his heel is down. And Master Federico, my teacher, said no, he was very, very specific about that heel being down. He didn't like it when it was up. So I try to keep, other San Miguel systems don't do it. They just do this. I keep on with the way of doing it. I think that's a responsibility you have of trying to continue an art onwards as it was, not changing it. And that's the beauty of San Miguel. With Federico Mendoza, my teacher, he didn't have any other Filipino martial art influences. So what you get is exactly what you got from Momoy. There are any adaptations, other than the fact that he did do judo. So when it comes to the combat judo part of the system, then it's a bit freer. In terms of the stylization of the system, it's that postural attitude of San Miguel. Okay? So go back to come, San Miguel. Just throw it in a circle like this. Just have a circle, 1, 2, that much thought behind it. But if you do it with the blade, you'll understand that what you're doing is cutting and cutting the edge. If you don't get the angle right, you do it as a test cut, you'll hit with the flat, and the blade goes flying in your hand. So it's understand the movements to cut through the line using the end of the blade. Like I say, when you get a stick, you tend to shorten it, because it kind of does that with that fork behind it. But it is a strike and a strike. It's not just a wiggle around the head like this. Okay. So just a little bit about that double arc movement. Here, if I hit with the stick, 1, 2, see, it goes through. He advances on me, up. See, that cut goes through the line. Okay. And that's what the back step's for. If we're working here, and he comes towards me, I can move, so I can take this, and then I can take this on that step. My arm winding here. See? This is very much range functional as to whether you do a single step, a double step, or the unwinding step. Okay? The more you play around with partner work on this, the more you find out which one works best in certain circumstances. Because the nature of combat is fluid. So sometimes you're going to need 1 step, sometimes you have 2 steps, sometimes you're too close and you've got to unwind it. Okay? It's all part of the footwork and body posture process that you need to develop. But that, the application of it comes out in the 2-man exercises. When you're doing it solo, it's like doing it all on movements. Okay, but yeah, you need to practice. But like I say, that's pretty stylised for the San Miguel system. Okay, so we're going to work through the next phase, which is the 3 ranges of stick and dagger. So you have Urago Torado, Select Torado, and Select Torado. And we're going to look at those quickly. And we're going to do them as a partner exercise. So we're doing it at the partner exercise. So, our first one, we have a base process for this. Again, we're going to use 2 count entry. And then Ben's going to step forward to stab in the stomach. That's going to be our base process. Okay, then I'm going to do it to Ben, I'm going to do a 2 strike, then I'm going to step in, no, stay still. I'm going to do 2 strike, then I'm going to step and feed that dagger in to my target. Okay? So again, move, then I stay still and he feeds it. He goes back. I go to him, he's standing still, I just feed that in. Just so that we know what we're going to be doing as the attack process. Okay, so just run through that with the partner 2 times, and then we'll start building in the 3 ranges. Okay? Off you go.